which is conveniently located on Bloomingdale Avenue, just down the road here. Chad is a devoted husband to Lisa. He's also a loving father to their 3-year-old daughter, Shay. When Chad is not being passionate about chiropractic and helping people who've been hurt, injured, or just need to maintain themselves, he spends his time with his friends and family, and he actually is a pretty good cook, and I've experienced it. So without any further ado, please help me welcome Dr.Polley.
In the last couple of months, I've had a lot of questions about why I switched over to HealthSource. Many of you guys know that several years ago we started to practice at Polley Family Wellness Center, and about 4 or 5 months ago we switched over to HealthSource. And while there were a multitude of reasons, I think the most important was the vision. When we went up to corporate headquarters up in Cleveland, I was surrounded and actually really impressed with a bunch of like-minded doctors that all had the same vision for our profession. All right, they're very passionate about getting chiropractic not just out there nationally but internationally. Sadly, only, depending on what stat you're looking at, 7 to 10% of the population currently go to see a chiropractor, and we think that's completely unacceptable. Guys, our healthcare system is broke. Period. It's broke. If the answer is Obamacare, Romney care, or any other care that you approach it, because right now, our healthcare system is based on a reactive model. We wait till people get sick, and then we're willing to pay. We don't put any money toward preventative medicine. None. You look at your healthcare policy, and what they call preventative medicine is ridiculous. Because if you want to tell me how a mammogram prevents breast cancer, I want to know why. Does it detect it early? Absolutely. Is that important? Paramount. Does it prevent breast cancer? No. Nothing about our healthcare system is preventative. And right now it's unsustainable, guys. Our country is getting sicker and sicker, and we keep pumping more and more money into the system. It can't sustain itself. It will collapse unless we start changing that paradigm and moving in more of a proactive, wellness-based system. Do you realize, guys, that in this country, the United States makes up 5% of the world's population. We take 60% of the drugs. Our country takes 60% of the drugs, and we're still as sick, in fact, more sick than almost any other industrialized country out there. Again, unacceptable. So to join a company, to join a franchise, to join just a group of like-minded doctors that think this is just as unacceptable as just me in little Brandon, Florida, they're able to do what I wanted to do locally, nationally, and internationally. So that's the main reason that we decided to join HealthSource. All right? Most people come into practice because they've got back pain, and neck pain, or knee pain, or foot pain. And don't get me wrong, we are really, really effective at helping get people out of pain. But really what I want to take a little bit of time with you guys today is kind of share with you why chiropractors and why my profession is the only profession in the healthcare system that is already being proactive and a wellness-based model. Okay? So, I'm going to take just a couple of minutes here. I'm going to do a little bit of Anatomy 101 here. All right? Your central nervous system is composed of your brain, your spinal cord, and the nerves. All right? The brain is surrounded by the skull. The spinal cord is surrounded by the spine. And then little nerves come off the spine and will run through all of your organs, your muscles, your liver, and your tendons. Interestingly enough, the central nervous system is so important. It's the only organ that is surrounded. Your liver's not, your lungs aren't, only the central nervous system is. Because guys, this is the way that the body communicates. The brain communicates with the rest of the body via the spinal cord, via the nerves that then go feed those organs, those muscles, those ligaments, those tendons. All right? And we know if there's an interruption in nerve flow, we will find functional problems. Look what happened to Superman. Superman fell off a horse, didn't he? What happened? Spinal cord injury all the way up at C2. All right? Couldn't move his arms, couldn't move his legs. Heck, he was on a respirator, wasn't he? Because the nerves that supply the diaphragm, the muscle that helps to make the lungs work, is lower than where that spinal cord injury was. So if we have diminished nerve flow, we know we're going to have problems, period. Now, chiropractors are the only ones uniquely trained to detect and identify something known as subluxations. We're going to do a new word here. A subluxation is when a bone in the vertebral column, one of your spinal bones, becomes misaligned. When that becomes misaligned or fixated, what can happen is it can actually put pressure or irritate these nerves that leave the spinal column. So here we have a bone that's in place. This would be a subluxated vertebra. And we can see, just look at the difference between the nerve that's coming into that subluxated vertebra as opposed to the nerves above and below it. Full communication with the nerves above and below it, but diminished communication at the level that that bone is subluxated. Now, so that's in place, subluxated. In place, subluxated, right? Now, interesting. This study was done back in the 20s. Dr. Henry Windsor, who was an MD, dissected more than 75 human cadavers and 72 cat cadavers. He discovered 221 disease structures and found that there was a nearly 100% correlation between what he called minor curvatures, i.e. subluxations of the spinal bones and diseases of the internal organs. Guess what? From T1 to T5, that's this area in your back, when those bones were subluxated, they found a 100% correlation with people that died of heart disease and subluxations at those levels. All right? Liver disease. All 13 cases of liver disease had misalignments between T5 and T9, the very place where those nerves supply the liver. Okay? Guys, this is why chiropractic is set as a very unique position to help people get better. Do I treat heart disease? Of course I don't. Right? I'm not a cardiologist. But I tell you what, try this. Call your primary, call your cardiologist, and give them a call. Let them know, hey, I'm feeling great, I'm feeling awesome. Can I set an appointment with you? No. Nothing's wrong with you, right? That's the way our medical system is set up. Wait till something's wrong. Now, in a wellness-based, in a proactive-based healthcare system, you call the doctor and you go in to maintain, to actually keep your wellness up. Because we have an idea in this country that you're sick if you have a symptom. And if you don't have a symptom, you're well. Guys, average 3 to 10 years, this pressure, this irritation can be put on these nerves, decreasing the function of a variety of different body parts before pain is ever felt. And then most people are in pain a long time before they ever come to my office. All right? Now, I love adjusting and I love taking care of these spinal subluxations because I know a healthy spine is going to be a more healthy person. Is chiropractic to replace all other types of medical intervention? Of course it's not. All right? If my arm is cut off, I'm not going to the chiropractor, I'm going to the emergency room. And I want a good orthopod to help reattach that. Okay? But it has to be a part. And this is why we're as passionate about educating people so we can raise that number from 7 to 11% to 50, 60, 70, 100%. Now, who benefits from chiropractic care? Everyone benefits from chiropractic care because subluxations are caused by trauma, stress, poor posture. And looking around the room, I can assure you that 80%, now everyone's doing this. Most people in here have those type of things. I've been adjusting my little girl, Shay. I adjusted her less than 5 minutes after she was born. I adjust her every single week. Not because she has back pain or neck pain, but because a healthy spine is paramount. And guess what? She's 3 years old. She's been sick once. There's no ear infections. There's no tubes in her ears. There's no allergies because she has full communication between the brain and the rest of her body. Most of you guys know my brother, or maybe you've seen my brother. He's in a wheelchair. He's got spinal muscle atrophy. There's a miswiring in his spinal cord. Unfortunately, no one told us about chiropractic care. No one told us. We're a military family. We're living on Guam when he was diagnosed. This was a neurological problem. When I started to adjust my brother in student clinic, when I was in chiropractic college, in his mid-20s, it was amazing the difference and the immediate difference that we were able to make in terms of range of motion, pain, his ability to get in and out of his wheelchair. Now, I don't have a crystal ball. I can't tell you that if we had been adjusting him since 18 months when he was diagnosed that he'd be running marathons right now, right? But I can assure you, if we were able to make those changes in his mid-20s, if we had started at 18 months, there would have been a big difference. And this is why I'm as passionate as I am about getting that message of chiropractic out there. Because dadgummit, if someone would have told us about a chiropractor that many years ago, I know my brother's life would have been changed. Guys, this is why I joined HealthSource. This is why I'm passionate, and this is why this month I'm trying to make it as easy for anyone to come on in and get their spines checked. $25 donation, that all goes to spinal muscle atrophy. Every single dime. We'll do an exam, I'll do the analysis, I'll let you know where the problems are, and have my best recommendations to fix that problem. Again, I appreciate all the referrals. I've got a lot